All right, we got some background noise, but that's all right. My name is Bianca Ariel, business coach and creator of the Creator Calling course.
Hey guys, I am Dominique, owner of Dominique Rice Consulting, as well as a few nanny agencies throughout the country. Thank you so much for being here today.
Welcome back.
Yes, we both have braids.
I promise you, it's not even planned. It's not even planned. We literally it's like, oh, I'm getting my hair braided. I'm getting my hair braided.
It's so funny.
I have a ponytail. Like,
literally.
I have a high bun. Like, we always have the same hairstyles.
Right.
It's all good.
Dang, I'm telling you guys. But I hope y'all are having a wonderful, wonderful week.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
I'm excited to be here.
You're positive, you're challenged, and you're positive.
Okay. Number one positive is that I am free to change my mind, y'all.
Okay.
So, in business and in entrepreneurship, at any time, you can change your mind.
Yeah.
You're not stuck on a concept. And to me, that's such a huge positive. Like, I can be like, oh, I'm doing this. And then I can pivot. You know what I mean? Okay. And I don't owe any explanations. I just don't want to do that shit no more.
Okay, so what don't you want to do anymore?
So there's a few things that I don't want to do. Honestly, I just kind of like to chill. Like, I'm really made to chill. So, and let everything flow to me. But one thing I don't want to do anymore is I'm not doing diversity and inclusion at this time.
Okay. Okay.
It is very, very lucrative. It's a space that I'm very, very good at, but that energy is so heavy for me. And to like literally sit in diversity and inclusion meetings and say all this stuff and have a kumbaya, and then white folks go back to just doing the same shit. Like, I want to be like, didn't y'all hear shit I just said in this meeting? Didn't I just tell y'all like what this is, you know what I mean? And like, you literally started being racist again, like the next day.
Yeah.
So I can't spend energy. Like, I love results. I'm a results girl. So if I'm doing something and I don't see the change and I don't see the results, it's very heavy for me because I feel like that's a reflection on me and it's not. So that's my positive. Even though it seems kind of negative, it's a positive because I have the freedom to do what the hell I want to do because I'm the boss here. It's my show. Okay. So I would say my challenge this week, I'm back to having a time block challenge. It's because time blocking is constricting me. And when I time block, I don't feel like a boss babe. So, I mean, I do because I control my day, but then I don't because I don't have the freedom like to do whatever I want to do. So I have to focus on understanding that more so because I make all my clients do it. I have all my staff do it. Time blocking is crucial. It's essential, but it just doesn't seem boshish to me. I don't feel like a boss when I'm like, oh, I can't do that because I got to go to work. I'm like, wait, bitch, I'm the one that writes the checks. I'm going to do what I want to do today.
So, I mean, essentially, it seems like to me, you have to, the things that are in your time blocking schedule seems to be a little bit out of your element and the things that you want to do in your everyday life. So you might have to outsource the things that are on your time blocking schedule, either eliminate them or outsource them. Because, I mean, running a business, you're going to have activities that you need to do, but it seems like you're more in the space to attract passive income than actually do day-to-day activity. And see, the thing about you is you've already been operational and an entrepreneur for many years now. So I think you're in a space where you're really wanting to outsource the everyday administrative and tasks that comes along with owning a business. And you just want to do high-level specific things and allow the law of attraction to just bring you to revenue and income. I think you're past the everyday grind is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. For sure. So that's where I am. So gotta find that balance. And, you know, again, that's why having the power to change my mind, because like diversity and inclusion is a little bit time consuming, which is fine because it's also very lucrative. But also, like it's at that space of like money can't buy me. You know what I mean? And if I'm not seeing it, if I'm not feeling it, then I need to pivot. And there's so many people in that space that can jump right in and do it. So there y'all go. Have a whole program. Call me if you need consulting.
So you really want to be the consultant to the people that are actually going out and getting the business.
I I think so. At first,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I want to help people. And then
I mean, that's a lot of work. Like, you have to figure out who the decision makers are, then you have to sell your
right.
program. And so it seems like, because I know you talked to me about how you weren't going to do ads anymore. You're just going to let business kind of flow to you.
Yeah.
So it seems like anything that's going to require you and your energy to go out there and start to really, like, kind of put yourself out there, is just not, you're past that at this time. You just kind of want to do more high level things.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So, so what's your strategy moving forward?
So my strategy moving forward is I am just going to spend a lot more time in my own space of reading, developing, becoming a student of my work and of my life. So I've already cut my day in half. So I spend my mornings sleeping in, not that late, but I'd like to rest until my body wakes me up. And I'm spending my mornings reading. I'm reading 4 to 5 books a month. I'm spending my mornings journaling, reading my Bible. So right now I'm in the space of like self knowledge and all of those things. I'm starting my practice of meditating. I'm starting getting into the practice of just taking care of myself. And by turning in, I know more things are going to come out. So like the more, like, I swear to y'all.
I love that. By turning in,
weird.
more things will come out. I like it.
It's weird, y'all. I love it, but it's weird. The less I do, the more money I make.
It's not weird to me, but
coming from a type A self-proclaimed hot mess of somebody who's like, what's the numbers? What time is it? Blah, 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 blah. Like, turn down and everything comes to you. I booked a full day client session for Saturday. So like I could do what I would do for the week in one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like,
now, let me ask you, what vibrationally has changed? Because you are numbers, like you are a numbers girl. You know me, I'm like more of like, I want to just create and but you are like, okay, I'm trying to get to the bag. So, right. And you had all the action behind trying to get to the bag. So what vibrationally changed for you to be like, you know what, I'm gonna start letting the law of attraction come into place?
Right. So I think what's changed for me is that like I want more peace in my life. Eventually I want to have a family, and I understand that hustle, you only have so much fight and you only have so much hustle in you. And if you spend all your hustle on things that you can't control, because like at the end of the day, like taking a deep breath and understanding what's for you is for you no matter how much you work is revolutionary. Now, that doesn't mean be lazy. That doesn't mean not work. It doesn't mean not try your best, but just know what's for you is always going to be for you. So for myself, I said to myself, if I can focus on turning in mm-hmm. and I can focus on being the best me, everything else will fall in place. Mm-hmm. So I have to focus on Dominique and being the best Dominique. And if I'm the best Dominique, then everything that I put out is going to be artwork, it's going to be phenomenal, it's going to be music and business to people's ears, because I'm turned in so much that's what I allow to happen. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And so now that you're in this space, how do you feel like it's working for you?
Amazing, and I was like pushing some things and I said, I'm not going to do that anymore. Just like the diversity and inclusion program, I was pushing that and I was really working, and then I'm like, no. And then next thing you know, I book a same day client and I have another client wanting to book a same day session, full 8-hour day, where I can do what that program would do in a day.
Mm-hmm. And so what do you say to people that are just kind of like on the everyday grind, like that's pretty much working 10, 12-hour days, really putting in that work? Do you feel like because you've been an entrepreneur for so many years that you kind of already put your time in? So it's time for you to be in a different space? Or do you feel like this is something you could have done a long time ago?
Both. So like you do have to hustle in the beginning, so but one thing I say is you don't want to miss out on opportunities. You don't want to miss family things. You don't want to take up your rest, because that's something that you don't, but you do have to know your hustle. So what I would say to people starting out is be strategic with everything you do, really focus on doing something right in the beginning, such as automation, doing consulting, working with someone like Bianca and myself so we can get you on the track so you don't have to work 10, 12, 15-hour days to see results. So that way you can go to someone, you can work less and have more results by working with professionals like us who can basically structure it for you. And if I would have done this back in the day, 8.5 years ago, I wouldn't have been so burnt out at 28, 29 years old, you know? Now that I understand the power of what's for me is for me, the law of attraction, manifesting, you can do that. So it's a catch between, you do have to hustle, but you also have to be aligned. So it's like the aligned hustle.
And it seems like that's the overcoming theme, because I think I mentioned on last week's show that one of the things I had to work with one on my client is just being still. And it was a lot of operational things that come with a business, but there was no foundation. So like you were mentioning, you know, in order to really structure something and make sure that you're doing it right, the first time you want to seek outside help. So it could be from, you know, Dominique and I, or whoever is going to be the best fit for you, right?
Right.
So I want to know, what do you remember the day, like, or a moment where you shifted? Like, what happened? Was there an event? Like, do you remember, or did it just come to you?
I think it's slowly coming, you know, and I think for me, a lot of it is like, I eventually will, again, I want to reiterate that one day I will have a family. You know, I ain't pregnant, y'all. I still drink Hennessy.
This is tough.
But I drink all the drinks. But I know, like, long term, I could not keep this energy up, and I couldn't have the life that I want to have for myself without it. So I knew there had to be a change. And so I wouldn't say that it happened overnight, but then I started liking how it makes me feel. Like, I like how I feel when I have a yummy breakfast. I like how it feels when I work out before I start my day. I like how it feels to make sure that I'm reading and I'm pouring into myself and I'm praying and I'm meditating. I like how that makes me feel, and that makes me a better person. In return, it makes me a better business owner. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's what works for me. And it's like, the more I do it, the more in tune I am, the better my results are. When I don't do it, I also see a direct correlation with my results as well.
And I'm grateful for that clarity as well, because I don't want to make it seem like, you know, well, I'm just pretty much done working and I'm just pretty much going to sit and collect checks, with which it's called passive income. But at the end of the day, you do have to lay out the foundation in order for that to manifest to you, right? So it's about building foundation, creating that structure, and then figuring out what type of life you want to live, right? So time blocking is just not going to work for you. So you're just going to have to move around when it comes to that. And all the things that are on your time blocking list, I can assume that it's just probably everyday activities that you just no longer wish to pursue.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. And that's circling around to just different books, like the one thing, like, what's the one thing I have to do today to knock this stuff out? Yeah. Like, I have to do all my stuff that's listed items, read my Bible, read, journal, all those things that feel good for me. And then what's one work thing I can do today? And then that's it. That's all I have for you.
Okay. All right. I like that.
Maybe this, and maybe, you know, like Mondays, it's our show. Like, that's just the one thing that I have to do today for my career. And really sticking to that, and everything else is secondary. But taking care of myself, my body, and my family is what's the most important thing to me. So I
love it. Well, I like that you came to this revelation. I love it.
Hey, I feel real good.
Yes, and that's okay. And I'm giving you permission. It's you don't need permission, but I'm giving you permission and validation. And it's okay that you feel this way. Like, I feel like we highlight the hustle mentality, and we like idolize, like, working all day, and we sleep till we die. But at the end of the day, like, is that what we want to live? Is that a fulfilling life? No, the whole purpose is to figure out what works for you, your lifestyle, what fulfills you, your freedom, right? So, and you found that. And and for you to reach a point to where you found this vibration is already successful, because not a lot of people can really reach this point.
Right. So B, tell us your 2 positive challenge. What are you up to?
Well, alternatively to you, I am trying to get my time together. So I have a lot of things that I want to do. And so I'm having a rough time completing it. I do have distractions, but they're great distractions. So I'm not mad at it. But I'm a Capricorn and I like to work. And I feel like there's a lot of projects that I should have been done with by now, that I just need to put out there just so we can start, getting some more revenue flowing. So I really am struggling with trying to make sure I get that done. So me transitioning to Mexico, and then I'm like leaving, going somewhere else. So once I really get settled, I really want to go ahead and put that work in. But other than that, I'm getting smaller things done.
Okay.
So one thing I do want to talk about is, remember I talked to you about it. I don't know if I talked about it on the show, but I used to be a sales representative, and like everything that we do all year is to strive to be the best in the company. And then like the highest award that you can receive is the President's Club Award.
Okay.
So every time like top sellers or whatever, you go to a ceremony, they always give you these awards or whatever. They fly you somewhere for a vacation. And then, you pretty much self-identify with whether or not you are a President's Club seller or not, right? That's kind of what the structure they implement is placed on, right? So I started thinking about it, and I was like, I'm going to start awarding my clients. Okay. Yes. A lot of things that I know and that I've learned from working in the corporate structure, some of the stuff works, right? But at the end of the day, I also feel like as an entrepreneur, no one's going to knock on the door and be like, good job today. Or no one's going to host a brunch for you and give you an award and say, you know what, you worked your ass off all year, congratulations. So that's what I'm going to start doing for my clients. So I sent out my award. I just finished working with a client. I sent out my first award to her, and she called me at midnight last night and was like, girl, I feel like I want a Grammy. She's like, I love this. She's like, I literally was just thinking about like how whenever I receive some type of award or whatever, like I'm really going to act like I just want a Grammy, because we are never recognized for our work ever. The only recognition that some people need is money. I have a feeling that's you, but then
pay me.
You can keep your award, just give me the cash. But at the end of the day, I just want to be able to start like not only giving gratitude to my clients, but letting them know that they're doing a great job every step of the way. And I think that that's something that really, I love the fact that that really made her feel happy. And so that's something that I'm going to start implementing. So on top of that, just to kind of give out some advice, I'm going to create a PR box out of it. So if anybody doesn't know what a PR kit is, it's basically a kit with all of your products and branding and everything inside of one box, and you send it out to influencers or any type of individual that you want to promote your products. So basically it's just a collection of any, like say you have a hair extension line. It'll be a nice, pretty little PR box with all of your branding in it, all of the like samples of your hair extensions, all of your social media handles, all of your contact information, and it looks very presentable. So you send it out to whoever you want to help promote your brand, and then they'll do an unboxing. So what they'll do is they'll open it up, and they'll like you ask them like show it to your social media followers. They'll open it up. They'll be like, look what I got. Look what I got. They'll try it out. And I do believe it's complimentary. You just give it to them. They may ask for a fee for, if they're an influencer or whatever, but that really helps you with indirect advertising. So I'm going to end up doing something similar. I couldn't do it this time because I'm in Mexico, and to try to get the award here and put something together would have been a struggle. So I just went ahead and moved on from that. But I am going to create something similar to my coaching business so that I can help get my name out there once I relaunch my Instagram and social media accounts as well. So if you're not familiar with what a PR kit is, look it up. You don't necessarily need an agent. that's something that you can DIY for yourself in your business. But yeah, so yeah, that's all. I have a little boo. My boo's in town.
Let me find out.
So
I already know y'all, but okay, let me act surprised.
Yeah, just act surprised like you didn't know, like I didn't FaceTime you on Saturday. But
right.
So no, yeah. So I'm, I feel really aligned, and I'm super happy, and and I'll be seeing Dominique soon. So that's that. So do you have a fun question for the week?
Let's see. Our fun question is, tell me the highlight from your weekend.
Ooh, I can't tell this. I can't tell it on the show, girl. No. I gotta talk to you on the phone, girl. No, okay. Well, let's see. I mean, it's the highlight from the weekend. I would say just like collectively, it's just a good time. You know, Saturday we went out, went to dinner, and then we got like a villa, hung out there. I'm gonna do a video on it actually. So if you're not following me on YouTube, go to Bianca Ariel and I'll post a vlog. And then Sunday we kind of chilled. We're watching this new show called Are You the One, which is so good. And that's it. And then I'm pretty much, you know, I got up today, you know, did my morning routine. We worked out together, went to the grocery store, and got some stuff done. And now I'm on the call with you. So, you know, I'm still getting to the money.
Right.
Oh.
So my weekend was interesting, but I will say the highlight is that I love having family.
Okay.
Like I didn't grow up around a lot of family. So I live in Charlotte. That's my home base. And I have actually cousins on both sides of my family here. So it's super dope to have cousins. It's super dope to just be around my family. And so we had even though everything wasn't perfect, we had a lot. It was a shit show weekend, but it was fun to just be with my family. And
you get a hint? Like, what do you mean? What happened?
We had a boating accident.
Oh.
And one of my cousins lost a pinky.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing.
It's like, I know, I caught you off guard. It was
you caught me super off guard.
All right, you asked, I'm sharing.
I'm so sorry. Now let's talk about it. Lost a pinky.
Literally, like in the middle on the boat.
How?
She went to jump in. I was in the water, you know, me being the first one in.
Right.
And then she went to jump in and her finger, I guess she was like holding on to the door. When she jumped in, her finger got stuck and she went in and her finger.
And yanked and her finger left was on the door still.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was traumatic, like the whole situation.
Hella traumatic. But guess what? She was at brunch yesterday kicking it, and sis is back, and her pinky wasn't able to come back, but shout out to her.
Stop! I can't deal with you.
She's a hell of a trooper. Yeah, she did that. She did brunch yesterday.
You said she came to brunch, but her pinky couldn't make it. I hate you. No, we're gonna cut this.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. I hope she's. You know what? When I was younger, I lost a finger before too, like a half of a finger. It was locked in the door, so I understand.
Can I put it back on?
Yeah, they had to sew my half of my finger back on. My sister closed my finger in the door, in the middle of the door. I was rushed to the ER and they had to sew my finger on. So I get it. And I had to wear the little wrap. And anytime I felt like a little movement, I thought my finger fell off, and I would make them take me to the ER room for everything. Like I thought I was losing a finger. So I get it. But all right, so great show this week. Thank you guys so much. If you're interested in booking with Dominique, go to dominiquerice.com. You can find me at biancaariel.com. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.